Let's start with a fundamental truth: what you believe about yourself. That determines everything. It's the invisible architect of your entire reality. And maybe, just maybe, for too long, that foundation has been built on some pretty shaky ground. On the echoes of past mistakes, on the labels other people gave you, on a story that's kept you locked in a box. But what if, right here, right now, you could just detonate that old foundation? What if you decided that today isn't just another day, but it's day one? Because there is a power inside of you, a truth that's been dormant, that once you awaken it can shatter every single limitation you have ever accepted. This is that moment. This is where we begin. So the very first principle, the absolute bedrock for this entire reset, it's not about what you need to go out and do, it's about what you need to understand, to know deep in your bones. It's a foundational truth about your very existence that, when you really get it, it changes the entire game. Now listen to those words carefully. This isn't just some feel-good platitude. It's a biological, spiritual, and cosmic fact. Your DNA, your fingerprint, the unique wiring of your mind, it has never existed before you, and it will never, ever be repeated after you. You are not a copy. You are an original. And when you truly, truly believe that, why would you ever look for validation from a world that's full of copy? So, here's what that really means for you today. It means you're already qualified. This idea that's floating around that you need more training, more connections, more permission from somebody before you can start, that is a lie. It's a lie designed to keep you on the sidelines. Everything you need to fulfill your purpose is already inside you. All you have right this second is all you need to take that next critical step. Okay, so once you start to really get a handle on who you are, the next move is to radically shift what you focus on. And I'm not talking about a small adjustment here. This has to be a complete, total redirection of your single most valuable asset, your attention. Think about it. So much of our energy just bleeds out, focused on the past, on old wounds, on people who let us down, on things we couldn't change. We let ghosts from yesterday sit on the throne of our today. The big shift is to consciously pull all of that power, all of that focus back to right now, back to the things that are directly in your control. The first person you have to influence is yourself, and that starts the second you decide where your attention is going to live. And this, right here, this is the transformation we're talking about. A lot of us, we build a fortress out of our painful stories. We hide inside of it, and we use our history to justify why we can't move forward. But what if everything that tried to break you actually trained you? Psychologists call it post-traumatic growth. The key is to completely reframe it. The pain isn't your prison, it's your platform. The adversity isn't an anchor holding you down, it's the rocket fuel for where you need to go. So you're grounded in who you are, you've reset your focus to the present moment. Now, we get tactical. How do you actually win the day? See, you don't ask the day for permission. You don't just hope for a good outcome. You command it. And that command begins in those sacred, quiet moments right after you wake up. Really let that sink in. If the very first voice you hear is the chime of a new email, the noise from the news, or that endless scroll on your phone, you've already surrendered. You've handed the world the keys to your mind before your feet even hit the floor. You've started your day reacting. That first moment of the day is a doorway. It sets your internal frequency, your energy, your rhythm. The best of the best, they guard that doorway like their life depends on it. So here's the blueprint. It's simple. Before the world's noise gets a chance to get in, step one, you practice stillness. Just get quiet enough to hear yourself think. Step two, you align with your source. For you, that might be prayer, meditation, maybe reading something that inspires you. Whatever it is, you connect to a power greater than yourself. And then, step three, you make declarations. You speak your intention into the universe. You tell the day what it's going to be instead of asking it what it has for you. Now, we've got to talk about a hard truth. You can have the right identity, the right focus, the perfect routine, but none of it, and I mean none of it, will matter if you aren't willing to pay the price. Real meaningful transformation is never free. It always has a cost, and it demands that you get really comfortable with being uncomfortable. You see, you have to adopt the mindset of an investor, not a consumer. The discipline, the sacrifice, the hard work you put in today, yeah, it can feel like pain. It might even feel like you're losing something. But it's not a punishment, it's a deposit. Every bit of effort, every moment of struggle is an investment that will pay huge dividends in your future strength, your future ability, and your future victories. So what's the price tag, exactly? Well, it's your old life. It's the comfort of what's familiar. It's the easy applause you get from average people. The people who need you to stay right where you are because your growth makes them uncomfortable. And most of all, it's going to cost you every single one of your excuses. So the question isn't, is the price high? The question is, are you willing to pay it? This next principle, this is one of the most underrated superpowers on the entire planet. It's the art of doing the work when nobody is watching. It's preparing in private for a victory that will be undeniable when it becomes public. We call this phase the dark room. The first step is to be absolutely ruthless in your elimination. You have to adopt this mentality. If it doesn't serve the vision, it has to go. That might mean logging off of social media for a while. It might mean putting some distance between you and people who just drain your energy. You can't build an empire if you're constantly entertaining things that don't matter. This is where champions are truly made. The dark room. That's the empty gym. It's the early morning study session. It's the late night when you're honing your craft. It's where you work when there are no cameras, no likes, no applause. It's where your character is forged and your skill is built. What you do in secret will always determine your success in public. Stop telegraphing your next move. Stop posting about what you're about to do. There is a huge kinetic power in not needing anyone else's approval for your process. Let them underestimate you. Let them wonder what you're up to. A chess grandmaster doesn't announce their strategy 3 moves ahead of time, they just execute. And this is that final move. This is the moment where all of your relentless, quiet, private work results in a public outcome that no one can debate, no one can deny, and no one can dismiss. You didn't talk about it, you just did it. You don't announce that you're working, you let the victory be the announcement. Checkmate. So we've covered it all: your identity as a miracle, resetting your focus, commanding your day, the price of change, and the incredible power of executing in silence. But all of it, every single piece, it all comes down to this one final, inescapable truth. The power is, and it has always been, in your hands. Every single day, you wake up at a crossroads. You can choose that same old path, the one from yesterday, the one that's kept you stuck, or you can choose the discipline of a new direction. You can make that one small, difficult choice that your future self will thank you for. It's time to stop being a passenger in your own life. It's time to grab the wheel. So that's the bottom line. Everything you have survived, every mistake, every heartbreak, it was never meant to bury you. It was meant to be the foundation for who you are becoming. The raw materials are all there. The choice is yours. The time is now. So the only question left is, how will you build? Today, we're not just talking about ideas. We're deconstructing the very mechanics of your own mind. We're going to dive deep into a powerful technology for self-transformation, a blueprint, really, for moving from a life of accident to a life of conscious creation. Just let that sink in for a second. The single greatest obstacle in your life isn't your job, it isn't your finances, it isn't the world out there. It is the very instrument you were given to navigate it all, your own mind. I mean, think about it. It's the most sophisticated piece of machinery on the planet. And yet, for so many of us, it just manufactures anxiety, stress, and misery on a completely endless loop. Now, this isn't some flaw in the design. It's a problem of operation. You see, you've been handed a razor-sharp instrument, but nobody ever taught you how to hold it. So let's learn. To solve any problem, you first have to understand it with absolute, piercing clarity. And the most critical first step here is to distinguish between two things that we almost always confuse: pain and suffering. This right here, this is a crucial distinction. See, pain is physical. It's a necessary mechanism for survival. You absolutely need it to know you should pull your hand away from a hot stove. But suffering, that's something else entirely. Suffering is purely psychological. It's what happens when your mind takes a moment of pain and multiplies it 1,000 times over. Pain is a reality. Suffering, well, suffering is a story you tell yourself. So here's the core of it. Your suffering isn't actually coming from what's happening to you right now. It's being manufactured by the two most fantastic faculties that human beings possess: a vivid memory and a wild imagination. You know, no other creature on this planet has this problem. And this is how it plays out in real life, isn't it? You can take something that happened a decade ago and relive the hurt like it was this morning. You can cook up some worst-case scenario for next week and feel the full force of that anxiety right now. You are literally suffering things that have no existential reality. They're just thoughts. They're just emotions that you are creating. Okay, so this brings us to the core conflict that's happening inside of you right now. It is a battle for your own life energy, and it's being fought between two opposing forces: compulsion and consciousness. Your life is really just a combination of two things: time and energy. Now, time, that's slipping away for all of us at the exact same pace. Energy is the only thing you have any say over. So look at this. About half your life is just basic maintenance: sleeping, eating, the works. But of the half that's left, a staggering amount, almost all of it, is just consumed by these compulsive unconscious cycles. Thoughts you don't want to think, emotions you don't want to feel. And that leaves this tiny, tiny sliver for conscious, intentional living. And this right here, this is the central tragedy of it all. Your intellect, the very thing that is supposed to set you apart from every other creature, has become the source of your own bondage. It's supposed to be a tool that works for you, but instead, you've become a slave working for it. So how do you fix this? The short answer is, you don't. You can't fight your thoughts. You can't wrestle your emotions into submission. That's like trying to fight the darkness in a room. It's pointless. What do? You just turn on the light. Compulsive patterns, that's the darkness. And bringing your attention, your consciousness to them, that is the light. Which brings us to the solution. And listen, this isn't a belief system. It's not a philosophy. It is a technology, a practical method for building your interior world the way you want it to be. This is what we call inner engineering. You know, most of us go through life by accident. Our inner state, whether we're happy or miserable, it's just a random reaction to whatever's happening around us. Inner engineering is about finally taking the controls. It's about making sure that what happens inside of you happens your way, period. And what's the root of all this internal chaos? It's actually a pretty simple case of mistaken identity. You see, you've gathered a body, you've accumulated a whole bunch of thoughts, opinions, and emotions over the years, but you've become so deeply identified with all this data that you actually believe it is you. But here's the thing, what you accumulate can be yours, but it can never ever be you. So when you're identified with every single thought and every little emotion, you get stuck. It is just like being in a massive traffic jam. You're trapped, you're honking your horn, you're frustrated, and you're going absolutely nowhere. Every thought is just another car boxing you in. This is the state of suffering. Now, imagine you get into a helicopter and you just take off. As you rise up and look down, that same gridlocked traffic jam, it almost looks beautiful, doesn't it? It's just a pattern of red and white lights. Nothing about the traffic actually changed. The only thing that changed was your perspective. creating that little bit of distance between who you truly are and the traffic of your mind, well, that is the end of all suffering. So the ultimate takeaway here is this. We spend our entire lives trying to fix the outside world. We believe that if we can just arrange everything out there perfectly, then we'll finally be happy. But the source of your experience, it was never outside of you. It is, and it always has been, within you. So let me ask you, how do you want your inner experience to function? Do you want a push-start system where you're constantly needing the world to give you a push, a little praise, a little success, just to feel good? Or do you want a self-start system, one where you can generate joy and peace and even bliss from within, entirely by your own choice? This is the fundamental freedom. You cannot control the world. You can try your best, sure, but there are a million forces at play. But your inner world, that is your territory. That is the one and only place in the entire universe where you can, and you should, have 100% say in what happens. Ultimately, you are the engineer of your own interiority. The most sophisticated mechanism in the known universe is right there at your disposal. So the only question left is, are you ready to finally get in the driver's seat of your own life? All right, let's get right into it. We're not just talking about a set of nice ideas here. We are breaking down a mandate. This isn't for the person who's already won. It's not for the celebrated or the privileged. No, this is for the underdog. It's for anyone who's ever been counted out, who's been overlooked or told that they just weren't enough. This is a mandate for those who are ready to stop waiting for permission and start building. This right here, this is the foundation. And let's be absolutely clear, this is a hard pill to swallow for sure, but it is the one truth that will actually set you free. There is no cavalry coming over the hill. There's no mentor, no lottery ticket, no external force that's gonna do the work for you or just hand you the life that you want. The responsibility, and because of that, the power, it starts and it ends with you. You know, accepting this isn't about being a pessimist. It's the very first step of real, genuine empowerment. So, if the rescue party isn't on its way, where does the real work even begin? Well, it begins right here, inside. Before you can ever hope to conquer a single external challenge, you have to conquer the battlefield of your own mind. The first, and honestly the most critical battle you will ever fight, isn't against the world. It is, and it always will be, the war within. Now, what's so powerful about this is how it frames that internal conflict. On one side, you've got the blame game. It's easy, right? To blame your past, to blame other people, to just sit around waiting for someone else to fix it. It feels comforting for a minute, but it's a cage. Then on the other side, you've got radical ownership. And the message here is brutally, beautifully simple. Stop outsourcing your life. Look in the mirror. It's you. Your life right now today is the sum total of your choices and your actions, and that's where all your power is hiding. Just let that one sink in for a second. It's a gut punch, I know, but it's the kind of truth that can cauterize a wound. See, we are masters of self-deception. We tell ourselves we'll start tomorrow, that we're not ready yet, that the odds are just stacked too high. We build these incredibly elaborate stories to justify why we're not taking action. But the second you stop lying to yourself, the moment you see your own excuses for the flimsy things they are, that's the moment you can actually start building something real. And the best part? You can start that right now. So, okay, how do we actually win this internal war? Well, it comes down to a process. It comes down to alignment. First, you gotta identify the real problem. Not the economy, not your boss, not your past, but your own patterns, your own excuses. Lay them all out. Step 2, you have to accept that reality. No judgment, no complaints. This is your starting line. And then step 3, and this is everything. You align your actions. You close that massive gap between the person you say you want to be and the things you actually do every single day. That's where discipline lives. That's where the change happens. Okay, so once you've taken that ownership, once you've committed to this path of alignment, you have to understand something absolutely fundamental. The future you want, it is not free. It comes with a very, very steep price tag, and it's non-negotiable. And we are not talking about money here. The currency required is so much more valuable. It's paid in your daily decisions. It's paid in your habits, in your sacrifices. Every single choice you make to grow, every moment of discipline when nobody is watching, that's the down payment on the person you are becoming. And this lays out exactly what that down payment looks like. You're going to pay with your time, those early mornings, those late nights. You will pay with your comfort, because let's be real, growth and comfort, they cannot coexist. You have to pay with the old versions of yourself. That person who made all those excuses, they can't come with you. You're going to pay with your ego and your pride by being willing to look stupid, to fail, to be a beginner again. And finally, you will pay with your vices, all those little habits and escapes that are keeping you small. Every single one is a sacrifice on the altar of your future. Now, this whole process of sacrifice, it inevitably involves struggle. It means pain. But what if our entire relationship with pain has been completely backward? What if it's not something we should be avoiding at all costs, but what if it's the raw material for transformation itself? This is the alchemy. The whole game changes when you stop running from hardship and you start using it. Pain isn't a roadblock, it's raw material. Think about it, the hurt, the betrayal, the failure, every single bit of it can be converted into drive, into resilience, into fuel for the fire that's going to take you where you need to go. And make no mistake, life will test that resolve. That is a 100% guarantee. It will bloody your nose, it will challenge your convictions, and it will dare you to just stay on the mat. The pain of the process, it's simply inevitable. But your response, that's not inevitable. When life hits you, when that weight feels absolutely crushing, what are you going to say back? The challenge is to look that pain square in the eye and ask it, with every single ounce of fight you have left, is this all you got? Because see, that question isn't for the pain, it's for you. It's a reminder that you've got more in the tank. And that brings us to the final act. We've won the war within, we understand the price, we've learned to turn pain into power. So what's left? It's turning all that internal resolve into external reality. And that happens through immediate, decisive, relentless action. Welcome to the mandate of now. And listen, this isn't about some massive overnight transformation. Forget that. It's about the compounding power of being just 1% better than you were yesterday. That's it. Can you push just a little bit harder? Can you study for 10 more minutes? Can you be a little more honest with yourself today than you were yesterday? That tiny, almost unnoticeable daily progress, that's what builds unstoppable momentum over time. Ultimately, when you strip everything else away, it all comes down to this single, powerful command. When you're tired, when you feel broken, when motivation is a distant memory, get up. Your feelings do not get a vote. It doesn't mean you ignore them, but it means you cannot let them drive. Every single day, you have two choices. You can give in, or you can get up. That's the choice that defines everything. So, this is where we leave it, with this question pointed directly at you. The excuses are gone, the path is clear, the mandate has been issued. You are here for a reason, with a purpose that only you can fulfill. The world is waiting for you to rise. So the only question left is, what will you do today?